What up, fans? My name's Brent Tim, welcoming you to Marrakesh, and despite the peaceful and serene backdrop, I'm about to tell you why Marrakesh is the craziest city in Morocco. When I say craziest, I don't mean that in a bad or negative way. Marrakesh is simply one of the most overwhelming, chaotic, loudest, noisiest, and busiest cities that I've ever been to anywhere in the world. Marrakesh is absolutely not to be missed, but there's a couple things you should know that really differentiate this city from anywhere else in the country. The first reason why Marrakesh is the craziest city in Morocco is because of the tourists. I'm here in mid-December in what's considered the low tourist season, but even with the reduced number of people traveling to Morocco, the crowds are still insane. People from all over the world, and especially Europe, come to Marrakesh in the winter to escape the chilly temperatures up north and try to find a little bit of heat. If you're not into crowds and seeing a bunch of tourists, this probably is the best time of year to come to Marrakesh. The crowds have thinned just a little bit, and you won't have to worry about desert tours being booked or restaurants being full or anything like that. Out of all the 5 cities I've been to in Morocco, no place was more packed with tourists than Marrakesh. And for good reason. It's a lot more modern than some of the other cities I've visited. This is also the place where Cristiano Ronaldo got married, so I think that says something about the aesthetic, the vibe, and, well, the overall charm of the city. The second reason Marrakesh is one of the craziest cities in Morocco is because it's home to one of the wildest, most outrageous, most jam-packed, and most absurd Medinas in the entire country. A lot of people in the Medina do not like their picture taken or their video taken, and that goes for a lot of people in Morocco in general. They're a very humble people, and they absolutely have an aversion to the camera. It seems younger generations are more open to being on film, but I've been yelled at, scolded, and told no so many times while filming on this trip. The thing that makes the Marrakesh Medina absolutely bonkers insane, it's not the goods they're selling, it's not the foods they're cooking up, it's the vendors that are selling things. In your life, you have never met a group of people so aggressive, borderline harassing you to buy their goods. They will ask you 3 to 5 questions: where you're from, where are you going, what are you looking for? And no matter how many times you say no, they won't let up. They will follow you, they will grab your arm, they will do whatever it takes to try to get you in their store to buy their stuff. However aggressive and persistent you think or have heard these street vendors are, you have no idea for what it's really like in person. I thought some of the vendors in Fez and other Medinas throughout Morocco were pretty aggressive, but the people here, they are an entire different breed of salesperson. Never in my life have I felt so badgered and really annoyed. I think a lot of the street vendors here could really benefit from a class in maybe sales 101, because like the vendors in the market, they have zero chill. They can't take a hint, they won't take no for an answer. Even if you don't speak to them at all, they will constantly try to get your attention. Now my rule of thumb is that I ignore all of them because I really don't want to buy anything, and I don't feel I can learn anything from having a conversation with them that doesn't involve them trying to sell me something for a very high price. But if you're coming to Marrakesh, you do owe it to yourself to go into the Medina, find one of these street vendors, and maybe you do want a souvenir, but try to bargain. There's a certain joy in having the vendors start out at an astronomically high price, and then you kick in those sales skills and get the price just a little bit lower. Well, actually 1/3 to half lower. Never pay full price here. Hold up a second. I don't want to paint the people in Marrakesh with a broad brush. Even though the street vendors in the Medina are absolutely out of their minds, so aggressive, so insane, so annoying, so bothersome, that does not apply to the vast majority of people here in Morocco and Marrakesh. Virtually everyone I met in restaurants, to my Airbnb host, to people I've just had casual conversations with on the streets, have been incredibly friendly, really happy, and overall helpful whenever it came to giving me directions, advice, or just helping guide me along my way. So to sum it up, street vendors in the Medina, absolutely awful. The rest of the population of Marrakesh, very nice. The third reason why Marrakesh is wild and crazy is because of the traffic. I've never seen so many cars and motorbikes on the road anywhere else in Morocco. There are non-stop traffic jams going on in the city. Wherever you think you need to go, you better allocate another 10 to 15 minutes on top of that, just because traffic will absolutely come to a standstill for no reason. I would never in a million billion years even think about renting a car here. It's that chaotic, it's not worth the stress, and it's not just you on the road with other motorists. You're sharing the road with buses, a billion taxis, horses, carriages, and a lot of people just kind of weaving in and out on their own who kind of seem to have a certain death wish. I don't know, but for your mental health, avoid the roads at all costs. And if you think the traffic on the roads is insane, ho ho ho! Boy, do you have another thing coming once you decide to wander down the narrow streets of the Marrakesh Medina. I've actually been pretty nervous to film anything in the Medina or even whip out my camera, just because the sheer amount of motorbikes, donkeys, people on tractors rolling past you at really scary, frightening, terrifying speeds is almost insurmountable. And for me at least, it's super overwhelming and a little nerve-wracking. You absolutely got to keep your head on a swivel. Around every corner there's people waiting to nip at your heels with their motorbike tires, or a donkey waiting to plow its head right into you. The Medina is not a place to tune out. You literally have to be aware at all times of who's coming at you, who's coming at your side, and don't even get me started on the pickpockets. They are everywhere in the Medina, so it really creates this absolutely crazy, stressful, and chaotic atmosphere that for me personally, one day in there was more than enough. Another element that adds to the sheer craziness of Marrakesh is the absolutely overwhelming amount of aromas and smells you're going to pick up on while walking around the city. Your olfactory senses are going to be in for a workout when you come here. There's literally so much to take in. The worst and most offensive of all those smells is the air quality. There's so much pollution in the air from the vast amount of cars and motorbikes on the road that it can get just a little bit stuffy at times. The fifth reason this is the craziest city in Morocco is because of the outrageous food offerings. Everything from briwat to pastilla to Moroccan cookies to Moroccan tea to harira to masaman. You're gonna find all those famous Moroccan delicacies you've heard about right here in Marrakesh. And because this is the busiest city in all of Morocco, you're going to be absolutely overwhelmed with the amount of restaurants and food vendors that you can choose from. I've spent so much time looking around like, oh, should I go there? Should I go there? But there's that place. They all look phenomenal. The selections all look really, really good. Whatever delicacies you have on your Moroccan food bucket list, you're gonna find it right here in Marrakesh. The sixth reason that Marrakesh is the craziest city in Morocco is because of the absolute mind-boggling selection of gardens. No matter where you are in the city, you don't have to walk very far to find the peaceful, chill, and serene vibe of an absolutely beautiful, very lush garden, or jardin as they say here in Morocco. Virtually every garden I've visited here in Marrakesh has been extremely well manicured. Even though it's winter, everything is very bright, very vibrant. Now, I'm not seeing a ton of like rainbow colored flowers right now, but just the green vegetation on the trees is quite nice. If you've spent a few days in Marrakesh, I think you'll all agree with me just how exhausting the city can be. So the gardens offer a beautiful, lovely, and peaceful escape from all that chaos. The gardens are also one of the few places you can go in the city where no one is going to harass you to buy something, no one's going to be asking you any questions. The gardens are mostly filled with a few tourists and then locals who, just like you, want to come here to relax. This walk through the garden has been the most chill I've felt, I think, during my entire time in Morocco. Sans the time I was on the beach in Rabat, this is an absolute peaceful escape right here. Really digging it. It's also the time I feel my heart rate has finally started to rest a little bit, because once you wander into that main square in the Medina, blood pressure, heart rate, too much, y'all. The sixth reason Marrakesh is the craziest city in Morocco is because of the prices. Because there's so many tourists traveling here, the people of Marrakesh know you have money. So you're generally gonna find higher prices at restaurants, stores, on the street, way higher than you would anywhere else in Morocco. The seventh reason Marrakesh is one of the craziest cities in Morocco is because it's a city that never sleeps. Since Morocco is a predominantly Muslim country, you're not gonna find a lot of bars or restaurants serving alcohol. All that changes in Marrakesh. Here you're going to find quite a large selection of alcoholic beverages, bars, and even a ton of nightclubs. If you're looking to go out at night, dance, have a few drinks, and if you've got the money, even get yourself some VIP seating. And all that kind of makes Marrakesh a lot more of a party city than anywhere else in Morocco. The 8th reason Marrakesh is one of the craziest cities in Morocco is because of the absolutely incredible, annoyingly high amount of people that are gonna offer you illicit materials. I'm not even gonna mention what people wanna sell you under the guise of night here, because I don't want to get any channel strikes or whatever YouTube does when you mention like a illegal substance or anything like that. But just know that the dealers here are very persistent. They won't take no for an answer. They're annoying AF, and it's in your absolute best interest to just ignore them and keep walking away. But you're really gonna have your mind blown by how many people there are selling stuff. Of course, we can't talk about the Medina and the shop owners without talking about Marrakesh's crazy shopping scene. Anything you want to buy or could ever dream of is going to be found in Marrakesh. You've got your high-end fashion retailers, mid-level fashion retailers, low-level fashion retailers that are selling things like fake Nike, fake Puma, anything knockoff quality and with a fake brand logo on it, you're gonna find in the Medina. Wow. If you need spices, they got it. If you need a genie lamp, they got it. If you need incense, they got it. If you need some argan oil for your skin or your hair, they got that too. Marrakesh is a shopping and souvenir lover's paradise. So if you're looking to spend a couple dirham, Marrakesh is the place to do it. The final reason why Marrakesh is the craziest city in all of Morocco is because of the cats. Do you like cats? If you don't, Morocco, Marrakesh specifically, might not be the place. This city is overrun with felines. You're gonna see them at restaurants, under the tables. You're gonna see them walking through stores. You're gonna see them crawling all over the Medina. You're gonna see them hanging outside your Airbnb, your apartment, your hotel. If I had $1 for every cat that I've seen in Marrakesh, I would have somewhere like, I don't know, $550,000. There's that many cats. And that's that. Now you know all the reasons why Marrakesh is one of the craziest cities in all of Morocco, and hopefully you have a better idea of what to expect when you come here. Now, while Marrakesh certainly was not my favorite city in Morocco, I really didn't dislike it, so to speak, but I felt 2 to 3 days max was more than enough to get the full experience, see everything, and eat everything that I wanted to. However, if you're coming to Morocco and you do have a limited amount of time for places you can visit, maybe I wouldn't put Marrakesh on the top of that list. Maybe somewhere in the middle. And when it comes to my feelings overall on the city, I don't think I'm alone in sharing some of the sentiments that I shared with you. So many people, followers, fans, reached out to me before I came here and said Marrakesh was one of their least favorite cities during their entire time in Morocco. I definitely can understand where they're coming from, but if you've got the time, do not skip Marrakesh. It's an absolute experience. It's unlike anywhere else I've ever been in the world, and it was certainly worth a few days' stay. Fans, thank you so much for watching this video. I hope you enjoyed my little walk around this garden area too. Have you been to Marrakesh? Are you thinking of going to Marrakesh? Let me know what you thought down in the comments below. My name's Brent Tim. This was Snack Chat Live from Marrakesh, Morocco, and I'm saying ciao for now.